Oh, wow.
What is going on?
This is Division H conference, and these are my friends. They are going to help me deliver this afternoon's programme. Do you want to give them away? Do you want to give them away so Andrew can take a photo? Let's do that again. Guys, I'm going to turn my back to you, which is very Toastmasters-like. Can you hear me, Helen? Helen is actually at Division N conference, which is going on right now.
Wow.
If you mute yourselves, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear, but I'm going to do the presentation first.
So much background noise, that's the problem.
Okay.
Are you moving, Helen?
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I will get you all to introduce yourself in a minute. I'm just going to do an introduction and some tips, and then we'll come back to you. Is that okay?
Yes.
So you go off their screen in a minute. So back to you in a second. Fellow Toastmaster and very welcome guests. This world is getting smaller. Who's now working more and more in an online setting? Show of hands. Has this changed for you in the last 5 years? Isn't it increasing? We're here to stay. So we go to our meetings. We're in the room. We're trying to master the skills of connecting with people and of talking to each other and learning how to present. Now we have a new challenge because the world is changing. The new world is the virtual world. And like my friends who are on the screen today, that is normal for a lot of people, and I spend a lot of time having those kind of meetings as well as physical meetings. I've got a lot of nodding heads, so I'm pleased. Who belongs to an online club? Show of hands. Wow. Clifford, hand up higher, please. Okay, wow, I do as well. So that's 3 of us. Who'd like to join an online club? Okay, that's a bit better. So see, your skills will be different and you will be challenged, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you today. We are so much more connected in every which way, and you've heard little glimmers of that today. I'm going to go through some tips, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do a live demo with my friends who will introduce themselves in a minute. I'm going to ask you, and you already know who you are, to read out a table topic, and they're going to answer it. So we're going to have some fun. My first tip is eye contact. I can see you all, I can connect with you, I can smile, and you'll smile back. And I can look into your eyes, and I can know how I'm doing in this presentation, whether I'm connecting with you or you. When you're on a screen and something's in front of you, it's really hard to do. I've got a really high-tech tip for you. I share a club with Bob Ferguson. Those of you who don't know Bob, he's an accomplished speaker. And when he does online sessions, he actually draws a pair of eyes and he puts them on the camera where the lights are, on your screen. It'll be different for all of you. I'll use something really simple. Can you see that in the back there? Carla, can you see that? Yeah. 2 post-it notes, just where the light is on a screen. So you know where to talk to. Even today, I will want to talk to the screens because that's what we're used to doing as Toastmasters. And really, that is where they see me today. My second tip is about body language. Your body speaks. In the Legacy programme, we're taught about this. We're taught that actually we talk with our whole bodies. When you're sitting down, you only see this much of you. Your body's not speaking an awful lot, and I find this really difficult. So this becomes more important, your hand gestures. But not too much, because otherwise you lose it, don't you? You've probably done the most online speaking in this room. We should not say that. Your next tip is to master the technology. I cannot tell you how important this is when you are speaking in a virtual room. Again, lots of nodding heads. Know what you're getting yourself in for, know where the controls are, and know how you can do things. Really, really important. And practice. Practice, 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 which is how I go on. I've lost my screen. Steve, can you just put that out?
He's sleeping, yeah.
And in any setting, any speech you do, whether it's a prepared speech, a competition, or an impromptu table topic, you have to learn to breathe. We are going to step out of our comfort zone. We are going into this virtual world. I'm going to introduce you to my friends. I'm just going to announce all their names and then they can all do it. We have Violet Coffey.
Hi.
Sue McQueen. Hello. We have Helen, who I don't know where she is. We have John Shao. Do you want to say hi, Anita? Do you want to say hi? Vicky. We have Teresa Dukes. And we have Eddie Omani. And they will all tell you where they are and their names. So I'm going to announce you because you are all in a different order on your screen. And this is one of the challenges that we have with an online club. Let me come into the screen. So can we start with Violet?
Hi, I'm Violet Coffey, Assistant Area Director for 42120, President of Luckham Communicators, and I'm now in the sunny island of Dominica in the Caribbean.
Oh.
What time is it there? Violet, what time is it?
It is now, oh my God, 9:43.
She wasn't dressed 10 minutes ago.
It's an anniversary.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm showing off my national headwear.
Looks beautiful, looks beautiful. Right, we'll let Helen stop. So we'll go to Teresa. Teresa, would you like to introduce yourself and tell me where you are?
Hi, I'm Teresa Dukes. Hopefully you know me. I'm a past international director, a past district governor, a past everything, I think. Almost. And I am in Ipswich, which is in Suffolk.
Welcome. John.
Hi, John Shell here, former member of Division H, future international president. God, I miss you guys. Anyway, here I am speaking to you from sunny Bournemouth, deep in District 91 land.
And what club have you now joined? John has actually moved from Division H, well, Area 44 as well. We really miss him. Where are you now, John?
In Bournemouth, I've joined Burn Down Speakers. Come on down and visit us sometime.
Okay.
I will do. Sue.
Hello. Hi, I'm Sue McQueen. I'm a founder member, in fact, of Strictly Speaking Harrogate, and I'm actually in Knaresborough at the moment, and I'm also one of the instigators of the new Online Orators Club. So lovely to see you all from very grey, miserable Knaresborough.
Eddie.
Hi everyone, sorry, just check it as usual. Eddie, President of Darnley Toastmasters in Division A.
Eddie, we need you to speak louder, darling.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Excellent. So, Eddie O'Malley, President of Darnley Toastmasters in Division A, speaking to you from Cork in Ireland.
Wonderful friends.
I've been dark and miserable at the moment.
Thank you, Eddie. And Helen, you've stopped. Where are you speaking from today?
Hi, I'm speaking from the corridor in the hotel in Sheffield, where we are having our first Division N competition. We've had a great time so far, and I've just been asked to be the tiebreaker judge. So I'm going to have to go in a few minutes when I'm done.
Okay.
It's all right. Thank you, Helen. We will be seeing Helen if you all are invited to our next online meeting, which is on Tuesday night, and I will tell you about that more. If Helen has to go, thank you very much for joining us.
Binal, can I just say, unfortunately, our timekeeper has had to drop out for Tuesday's meeting. So if you have got anyone, that would be fantastic.
He was coming in from Stockholm into our meeting. So I'll tell you about that more later. Thank you, Helen. If you go.
I will say goodbye to everybody. And bye to my crew on minorities as well. It's great being part of the team. See you soon. See you, Eddie. Bye now. Bye, everybody.
Right, we're going to have some fun now. Come back onto the screen. And we are going to ask the audience here to give you guys a table topics. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Violet, you really need to read emails. See, this is really strange for me because I'm talking to you and I'm looking at the screen and I should be saying here, and I've got my back to this lovely audience. So again, that's a challenge. I've got various people who've got table topics. Our theme is around the future of communication, so it's all in and around that. I'm going to pick on you individually. You're all going to do one. It's just what order. And my friends in the audience are going to give you a table topic. Did anyone sigh there? So, I'm going to ask Rosemary to read out a table topic for Eddie. Could you please put your hands together for Rosemary?
Well, hello, everybody. You there? And the people behind me, hello. My table topics to Eddie is, in the modern world, how important will non-verbal communication be in the future?
Do you ask him if
Eddie?
repeat it, sweetie?
You want me to repeat it for you? Can you?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. You're good? Okay.
Well, I'm not. No.
We'll see how good you really are.
Okay, Madam Toastmaster, our Topics Master, and fellow Toastmasters. I think in the future, non-verbal communication is going to become more and more important, not only in the business environment, but in academia, in social settings, etc. As it stands at the moment, I think an awful lot of dependence, maybe to the detriment of communication, is put on things like email and instant messaging. And we have a saying in our company: before you send the email, read it twice, then read it twice more, just to make sure you haven't offended anyone, and then you can send it. So I think the whole awareness about non-verbal communication in an electronic medium is going to become more and more important, but I think it's got an interesting side effect, and that being that certainly when I was growing up and when I started working, you became very aware of the visual cues that people gave you in meetings. You know, if you're across the table from someone, or even just having a cup of coffee with someone and they're kind of folding their arms and you kind of get the hint pretty quickly that you're boring the daylights out of them. Whereas I think with society becoming more dependent on electronic media, I think a lot of the visual cues will be lost, or certainly the awareness of the visual cues will be lost, and that awareness and what to look out for is possibly not being communicated adequately to the generation coming up, who are way more tech savvy than certainly I am, but possibly not as clued into visual cues and body language and stuff like that as they may. Madam Topics.
Thank you, Eddie. So you can relax now, you're done.
I wish this was vodka.
So let's pick on Teresa. Gordon, can I ask you to come up and read your table topic out, please? Gordon.
Teresa, good to meet you.
Hi.
In the technology advancement we have had in the last 20 years, do you think a device that we can plug into our ears and it translates languages for us instantaneously is a good idea or not? Would you like me to repeat that, Teresa?
Yeah, one more time, please.
In the technology advancement we have had in the last 20 years, do you think a device that we can plug into our ears and which translates languages for us instantaneously is a good idea or not?
Well, thank you so much for a wonderful, exciting topic. And I think about, I used to work in the research area with British Telecommunications, and so I was always at the forefront of technology. So for me, absolutely, I would say 100% that has to be the way of the future, to open up more doors for everybody to be able to communicate more effectively together. I know every time I take a trip, I wish so much that I had a brain that would go for languages, because I think there is a certain way that people think that allows them to either take to languages really effectively or not take to them. And my brain really does not take to other languages. I can speak American English and I can speak English. and I think that's as far as it goes. I can maybe say oui and adios, and that's about it. So for me, I absolutely believe that if we are going to bridge the gap between countries, between cultures, that having something, whether it's implanted in our ears, in our brains, or wherever, we have to go that way. Will it happen within the next 2 years? No. 5 years? Maybe. 10 years? I think we're getting close. To it. So for me, yes, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen tomorrow, because then maybe I can actually speak to the people on the other side of the world and they really want to do it for me. So thank you.
Of being a timekeeper as well there. Okay, I'm now going to pick on John, and I would like Lawrence to come up. Lawrence isn't even a Toastmaster. He's actually a guest today. He's come to see Ryan speak, so I'm really pleased that...
Hi there, John. So the question is, we had the budget this week here in the UK, and what tips would you give Philip Hammond, the Chancellor of the Exchequer?
Oh my God.
I'm not sure.
Just tips on speaking?
Just tips on speaking.
Could you hear again, please? Because there's a lot of echo.
We had the budget this week, and what tips on speaking would you give Philip Hammond, the Chancellor of the Exchequer?
John Shell.
So I didn't see the budget myself, but I can imagine that he's probably well polished in terms of his video presence, his presentation skills. He's always welcome to Division H, I'm sure, if he needs to polish those skills. But certainly something as significant as telling us about the budget of the UK, if there's anything about his public speaking skills that are distracting in any way from the message that he's got to deliver. He's talking about the economic stability of the nation for the next year. That's the message that we need to focus on, certainly the content. And as long as his delivery is adding to that, complementing it, building on the message that he's trying to deliver, then I think he's okay. On the other hand, he's got a distracting delivery and not able to get the message across that we need to hear, then we've got a membership form for him somewhere, don't we?
Brilliant.
Thank you. Right, Sue, are you back?
No.
I am.
You are, okay. I'm going to pick on you next. You ready? Can I ask Carter Flynn to come up, please? Hi, Sue. Can you hear me?
I can't hear very well, sorry.
Sue can't hear you very well. Come closer. Maybe just come closer. Hi, Sue. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, thanks.
Sue, communication in this changing world. Does music have a place to play? Do you agree or not? Communication in this changing world. Does music have a place to play? Do you agree or not?
Oh, what a wonderful question. Oh, music. Music is a form of communication. Let's face it, we all know the value of music. If you're watching a TV program, a film, a documentary, people design music specifically to capture an emotion and to communicate a feeling and a thought process, and we subconsciously tune into that whenever we watch something, for instance, on film. So communication by music is essential, and I believe that we all do it all the time. And I don't know if you ever watch, let's think, like something like Game of Thrones or Outlander, or these wonderful, massive, blockbuster TV programs. If you think about the chaps that write the music for those, now there's a guy called Brer McCarthy who has done, most of these big HBO style things, and I have particularly picked on him because I just think it's incredible how he uses music to communicate for completely different subjects. What a skill! And I'm not musical, unfortunately, but it doesn't mean I can't appreciate it. To answer your question then, of course music will continue to be a medium for communication throughout the world for centuries, and going back to the question from before, music doesn't have language barriers. So whether you are French, German or Korean, you can understand the effect of a music piece when it's used to communicate. Thank you.